Being a dedicated Star Wars fan takes a lot of work. Even after Lucasfilm's great 2014 culling of supplementary Star Wars media, formerly known as the Expanded Universe, now called Legends, there is still a mountain of books, comics, and TV show episodes to keep track of. If you love the Star Wars movies but don't want to bother with everything that's happening off the big screen, here's a quick rundown of some of the larger events that have taken place officially, canonically, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. I mean, they didn't really happen, it's Star Wars. They made it up. Spoiler warning, if you have any plans to delve into the Clone Wars or Rebels cartoons or explore Marvel's Star Wars comic series, you have been warned. Did you know Darth Maul survived? The tattooed Sith Lord had his time in the Star Wars movies cut short, much to the chagrin of many fans, but that didn't stop him from returning in the Clone Wars animated series, and then again in Rebels. How, you ask? After falling into that pit at the end of The Phantom Menace, Maul was taken out with the trash to a junkyard planet called Lotho Minor. He stayed alive thanks to his burning hatred for Obi-Wan Kenobi and a steady diet of junkyard vermin, though in the process he did go insane, get amnesia, and cobble together a set of terrifying cyborg spider legs. Never. Thankfully, his amnesia and insanity were eventually cured, and he got slightly less terrifying bipedal cyborg legs. Did you know Anakin had an apprentice? Anakin training a Jedi Padawan seems like it should have been in the movies, right? Ahsoka Tano, Anakin's Jedi apprentice, was arguably the hero of the Clone Wars cartoon series, but since the show was made after Revenge of the Sith, she never got any time on the big screen. Given Disney's ambitious plans for more movies, that could change sometime soon. Oh, and Darth Vader's apprentice, the protagonist of the Force Unleashed video games? Sorry, he became a legend. The jury's out on exactly how strictly Obi-Wan followed the Jedi Code when it came to romantic entanglements, but he and Duchess Satine Kryze definitely had feelings for one another after he protected her during the Mandalorian Civil War, going so far as to saying he'd even leave the Jedi Order for her.
Had you said the word, I would have left the Jedi Order.
For juicy details on what might have happened between these two, consult your local fanfiction or fan art site. The Rebels animated series set out to bridge the gap between the prequels and original trilogy, and one scene that knocks it out of the park is Darth Maul and Obi-Wan's long-awaited grudge match. Maul journeys to Tatooine where he lures the Jedi Master out of hiding for one final showdown. This scene is a far cry from the frantic gymnastics when the two first did battle in The Phantom Menace, feeling much more akin to Obi-Wan and Vader's Kurosawa-esque duel in A New Hope. Did you know Luke and Vader fought before Empire? One of the first entries into the revised, updated canon was Marvel's flagship Star Wars comic series, which picked up shortly after the end of A New Hope. Like, so shortly after Luke is wearing the same outfit. Though most fans consider their duel in The Empire Strikes Back to be the first time Vader and Luke squared off, the comic shook things up. Following a rebel attack on an Imperial base, a virtually untrained Luke stupidly tries to take on Vader all by himself. The only thing that stops Vader from killing Luke? Wondering how this random kid got his hands on Anakin Skywalker's old lightsaber. Did you know Han Solo was married before he met Leia? Given that she was introduced after Han and Leia's romantic intentions were made clear, there was quite an outrage when Sana, a mysterious new character from the comics, claimed to be Han Solo's wife. The idea that a wholesome, upstanding, totally non-scoundrelly gentleman like Han could possibly be unfaithful threw fans for a loop, since it cast his and Leia's relationship in a whole new light. In the end, it turned out to be a sham. Han and Sana had gotten hitched in order to pull off a heist.
You probably don't recognize me because of the red arm.
Leading up to The Force Awakens, there was much debate about 3PO's red arm. What was its significance? Well, according to one comic, it belonged to a droid who sacrificed himself to save 3PO and help the Resistance, and 3PO wears it in his memory. Of course, it's also possible that J.J. Abrams knew it's the kind of detail that Star Wars conspiracy theorists would obsess over, adding to the hilarity when 3PO arrives to ruin a touching scene that fans had been waiting 33 years to see.
Look who it is! Did you see who...
These are just a few choice selections of the ever-expanding Star Wars galaxy. What major off-screen moments did we leave out? The time that Aunt Beru dropped out of the Blue Cheesemaker's school to raise Luke? The time Poe Dameron's parents drunkenly hooked up in an Ewok treehouse? These things both happened. You gotta check out these books and comics, they're wild. Anyway, let us know in the comments, and for everything Star Wars, keep it right here on IGN, and may the Force be with you.